When disaster strikes, time is everything. But in Taliban-ruled Afghanistan, time for women runs out even faster. Following the devastating earthquake that killed at least 2,200 people and flattened entire villages, Afghan women weren't just battling rubble, they were battling rules. Under the Taliban's strict no-skin contact with unrelated males edict, women trapped under debris are often left waiting while the dead are pulled out. It's a grim paradox. In a catastrophe, gender restrictions weigh as heavily as collapsed concrete. Centuries old customs, now reinforced by the Taliban's hardline policies, forbid male rescuers from touching women who aren't their relatives. Only a woman's father, brother, husband, or son is permitted to touch her. Women, in turn, are prohibited from touching men outside their families. In a disaster zone where every second matters, this rule becomes a death sentence, with almost no female rescue workers on the ground. Thanks to the Taliban's ban on women's enrollment in medical education and other public roles, female victims are often invisible. After a massive quake devastated villages in Afghanistan's mountainous Kunar province, reports say several injured women waited more than 36 hours for help, bleeding and in pain. They were ignored by male rescuers. No one asked what they needed. No one approached them. Volunteer described a similar reality in the nearby village of Mazar Dara. Women trapped under rubble were left waiting as male rescue workers hesitated to touch them, fearing the cultural backlash. In some cases, female victims remained buried under women from neighboring areas arrived to help. If no male relative was present, the dead were dragged out by their clothes to avoid physical contact. More than 2,000 people have been killed and 3,600 injured in the magnitude 6 quake. But beyond the immediate destruction, it has exposed the deeply entrenched gender discrimination women face under the Taliban. Women and girls will again bear the brunt of this disaster, warned Susan Ferguson, the UN Women's Representative in Afghanistan. Their needs must be at the heart of the response and recovery. Yet, the Taliban have released no gender-specific casualty figures. Survivors, doctors and aid workers consistently report that women are suffering disproportionately, trapped, untreated, unaccounted for, hindered by rules that forbid male rescuers from physically assisting them. A critical shortage of female healthcare workers only compounds the crisis. After the Taliban's 2023 ban on women enrolling in medical education, female doctors and nurses are vanishing, especially in rural disaster-hit areas. One hospital visited by journalists reportedly had no female staff at all. Sharafat Zaman, a spokesperson for the Taliban-run Ministry of Health, admitted the shortage of female workers, but insisted women were serving in hospitals across quake-hit provinces like Kunar, Nangarhar, and Langman. Still, Afghanistan remains one of the most repressive places in the world for women. Girls are barred from school beyond 6th grade. Women can't travel even short distances without a male guardian. Jobs are disappearing. Most humanitarian and NGO roles are off limit. Even Afghan women working for UN agencies have faced escalating harassment and threats so severe that some agencies told female staff to work from home for their own safety. 4 years into Taliban rule, the earthquake has laid bare a brutal truth. In Afghanistan, women aren't just crushed by falling buildings. They're crushed by a system that treats their lives as expendable. In disaster after disaster, it's not only rubble, but also rigid gender rules that bury them alive. With Rishikaradhya Dyson, Bureau Report, India Today Global.